Hello everyone, and it's me, Umbra Rays, and I am here to talk a little bit and a little bit late about the new information that we have heard on the Japanese side. So we're getting, it is that time of the month, we are getting our raid, and Alum has once again surprised me this month because it is going to be Final Fantasy VII as well. Apparently August has something to do with Final Fantasy VII, or more than likely, Alum is now just trying to rush out a lot of the content they've been very, very slow about putting in the game, and here we are. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on the bundles and everything, and I'll be coming back a little bit later with some reviews. I know I haven't done the Crimson review yet anyway, but Crimson, he's a great star, act star, and he just seems perfectly fine. There you go. Maybe I'll do a more in-depth review later, but for now, let's just talk about the Final Fantasy VII news. So, our raid will be starting, as a matter of fact, pretty much in about 12 hours from now. Now, it looks to be the Wutai the Wutai part of the game. We are going to be looking at some new equipment and everything, and also the music's not playing. I should be playing the music, because the music is a little bit of a hint of the second unit. Now, our raid event will have some actually pretty decent accessories and equipment. An accessory that's 35 spirit, confusion resist, and spirit break resist. Now, this is pretty nice for just a general accessory, great for healers, great for Aerith, so getting your hands on this I think is awesome. A sword, 78 attack with Man-Eater. Killers are always valuable, especially for newer players, so I think this sword is really good to get your hands on as well. An accessory with 28 defense, 16 spirit, again just good stats there. An accessory with 20 attack and magic, 20% HP, and some self-damage per turn. Now, honestly, the self-damage per turn, not that great, but hey, if they're just giving stuff away, that's fine. Now, the new units on this banner are, as it slowly loads in, we have Zack, we have Yuffie, we have Barret, and Cait Sith again. So they're recycling the 4 and 3 star, so I don't really need to waste time talking about the 4 star and 3 star. See any of my other Final Fantasy VII banner views, and I've basically talked about this already. But let's move into the new units. Now, the new units are Yuffie, who I am a big fan of. I really like Yuffie. She's one of my favorites. I might actually like her. I've split between all of the FF7 girls, basically, but Yuffie, definitely one of my favorite from that game. Now, her TMR is a Materia attack, plus 30% auto limit, and 20% attack with clothes. 50% attack is okay, it's general, it doesn't have any conditions to it other than clothing, and it gives auto limit, so that might all be really good. And if you hear a buzzing, don't worry, it's just hummingbirds. See? Just hummingbirds over there, no worries. Anyway, so, getting back to it. I think that Yuffie's TMR is perfectly good. I don't think it's anything groundbreaking. And her super TMR as well, I don't think it's anything groundbreaking. It's 172 attack, 69 magic projectile. Now, it's two-handed projectile, which, okay. The projectile itself also has Bird Killer and attack up when HP is low. This is a little confusing for me because I'm not entirely sure whether this paints a picture that Yuffie's supposed to be a hybrid unit or whether she's primarily attack. Seems like she will be attack-based based on her TMR as well as her super TMR, but maybe there's a little bit of hybrid damage in there? Not sure. Limit Burst is an AoE defense ignoring damage and self-bird killer up, so we might be seeing some kind of trial in the near future that is bird killer, maybe. Hard to say, but birds aren't usually bosses, so the bird killer seems just kind of okay for now. In her kit, she is described as having fire, ice, and thunder imbues that also do damage, and fire, ice, and thunder imperils that imbue the elements onto herself and do damage. No word whether these are chaining, so he has elemental imbuing. That's probably good considering her super TMR and she'll be projectile based. And projectiles tend not to have any element. This actually could be really good too, because Yuffie might be great with fixed dice, so that's pretty awesome. She also has W combo, meaning she can combo her abilities, which means that she probably can't double cast her abilities, or at least two of the same one. Also doesn't mention that she has triple casting, so as an attacker, kind of nervous about Yuffie currently. 7 stars, she has self-limit burst damage up and auto-limit, self-dodge to attacks, and very high nuke damage, and self-defense down, single target, very high damage. So she's a damage dealer. She has something to do with her limit burst. Her limit burst, I believe, was multi-hit, but as of right now, hard to tell whether she'll be good. Really gotta wait for the data on this one. And our other unit is Zack. Turns out that leak was very short term, as here is Zack already. And oh boy, what to say about Zack. First of all, Zack's TMR is a two-handed greatsword with 145 attack, meaning that for his 7-star, you will basically need this greatsword. Boy, am I nervous now. Holy shit, am I incredibly nervous about Zack. Because might have incredibly high variance, but won't have the attack at, other super TMRs. Can't use Cloud's super TMR if you want to get whatever his ability is for equipping his own TMR, so yeah, that makes me worried about Zack. Super TMR is a materia 40% attack, greatsword, with greatsword and true dual hands, so might be a power creep on Cloud. Hard to say at this point, but there it is, such as it is currently without seeing the data. His limit burst is single target critical damage, which could be interesting. Depends if it's one hit, multi-hit, but critical damage on top of stacked a whole bunch of other percentages might be a lot of damage. Could be. And given the focus on limit burst damage with the 4 stars TMR that was recently added to the game, could also be interesting. Now in his kit, AoE chance of death, so it could be really great for Arena. AoE damage and self-limit burst gauge up, again focusing on that limit burst. Single target critical damage, W combo. 7 stars has a self-attack up, dodge to attacks, and allow the use of some ability, which is a strong critical damage, for 4 turns. So it seems like Zack is all about the critical damage. Noisy hummingbirds too. And apparently in his 7-star it is, maybe listed in a 7-star, maybe not, is listed that he can chain well. So he might be a chainer / critical damager. Could be interesting. Zack in Crisis Core was kind of based on luck with the leveling up system, so that seems to be what they're going with. Now if you're interested in getting these units, well, good news and bad news kind of thing. First of all, we'll see a step up, 25k step up. Now this step up is a max 3 laps. First step gives you a 10% trust removal, second step gives you a 10% ticket and 1.5 times rainbow rates, which general rainbow rate up, kind of nice. 1.5 isn't that great, but hey, it's almost 5%, and we know how we feel about 5%. Step 3 is a guaranteed random FF7 unit. Now if you think about it, we have 8 now, 2 of the new ones, 6 old, so your chances of getting a new one, not bad. Tifa, Cloud, Aerith, Sephiroth, Red 13, or who's the other unit? I just can't see. Vincent. I think there are some great TMRs and great super TMRs there, so I wouldn't say that that's necessarily bad, although the value of an old unit to you may or may not be good. 2 of them on this on that step up are particularly bad for me. Step 4, you get a 30% rainbow ticket. Now, it says a 30% Zack or Yuffie ticket, but honestly, I'm a little confused about how the 30% tickets work and if you can get a off-banner rainbow from them. If so, then the ticket's just a 30% ticket, and who gives a fuck? And of course, step 5 is a guaranteed Zack or Yuffie, which hey, if you want Zack or Yuffie, that's great. There's a good chance that you get a Zack or Yuffie through all of this step up anyway, so not bad per se if you're aiming for these units or you're a fan of either of the units. Currently, as stated, I just don't know what to think about both of them. Really, it depends on percentages as well as their general kits and seeing whether they have anything else. Neither of them seem to have triple cast, which makes me worried. But we're also seeing a FF7 premium box. Now, this premium box costs 10k lapis. You're guaranteed one FF7 unit. Could be any of the units, not necessarily the new ones, which makes me a little nervous about this. And you also get a guaranteed 5-star EX ticket, so could be any 5-star. Could be Lightning, could be Aerith, could be anything, you know, in between. Chip to you too, buddy. You also get 20 summon tickets as well as 2 10% trust removals, so it's basically a, you know, a package deal of 2 guaranteed rainbows. Definitely not bad, especially if you're new and starting out. I think this is a great one. For old players, you might want to just stick with the step up because, well, while in the step up you're not guaranteed necessarily 2 rainbows, you'll probably guarantee better than what you get with this, but spending resources is your guys' decision kind of thing. And that was the main news, so I'm a little surprised to see that we're already getting in our Final Fantasy VII. Seems like Alan really wants to just get all of 7 out of the way, maybe because they're making room in the future to do Advent Children or Crisis Core or all kinds of different banners. So it's really hard to tell what Alan's planning. It's been kind of hard to effectively guess what Alan is interested in doing recently. But the step up is your usual step up with a better guaranteed rainbow on step 3, and probably a better chance if you're aiming for the new units like I am. Now, if you're not guaranteed and if you're not looking for the newer units, if you're just looking for a couple of rainbows quick, this is probably a pretty good 10k lapis thing. You know, you get 20 regular tickets, you get a guaranteed 5-star or 2 guaranteed 5 stars off of it. I just think that the guaranteed 5-star EX ticket has become less valuable of recent, especially for me, where a guaranteed random rainbow, it's nice, but you can also just get some pretty mediocre stuff out of it. So yeah, I'm not super crazy about any of this per se, because the unit descriptions so far are not incredible. An attacking unit not having triple cast right now is kind of a death sentence. They would need such high percentages. I'm a little confused as well whether Yuffie is supposed to be pure physical, or if she's going to be a hybrid, and she's going to be a really lopsided hybrid, which would make her not a great hybrid to begin to really in any kind of aspect. Guess we're going to have to wait for the data. Thankfully, the data should be pretty quick this afternoon, or evening, I guess, where I am. So yeah, take it for what it's worth when we talk about all of this, and slowly I have been sinking down, which should make for just a pretty video. But I'm a little bit excited about Zack, more than Yuffie. Yuffie I'm confused about. I don't really understand what direction they've taken Yuffie and what she's supposed to exactly focus on, but the elemental immunity is nice. Meanwhile, Zack has me worried because he's going to be pigeonholed to his own TMR, but hey, maybe there's something here. Maybe, you guys. So I will talk to you guys all later after I've seen the data and give my final thoughts about whether this banner is good. And I'm just super relaxed, so I'm not that excited. So all you guys take care. I will see you in the next video. God damn hummingbirds, man. At least we didn't get too many cars going by. See you next time.